Hello everyone, I am Dr. Manasa, Assistant Professor from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. I am going to talk today about the violence against the women and the protection ways. So, let us see what is violence or the harassment against the women. Harassment is a conduct of the gesture or comments which are insulting or intimidating or humiliating the hurtful, malicious, degrading, or otherwise offensive to an individual or a group of individuals, and which create a hostile or intimidating environment for either workplace or the sports activities, which negatively affect the performance of women, either in the place where they are working or the society where they are living. So it is ultimately the misconduct towards the women, which is against their wish. So let us see what are the different roles of various agents in reinforcing the gender equality, so as to stop this kind of harassment. What kind of the positive way we have to move from each way of all the factors. So coming to the first factor, that is role of schools, so which are playing a major role for the educating the tender minds. So this will be the first start of the place where we start the equality, and we start teaching the positiveness towards treating a woman, how to protect and how to see her in a positive way. So this is the prime most place of the education. So coming to this, schools are at the front line of the child protection, since they have the potential to both teach the protective behaviors effectively, so to teach the girls the protective way how they have to be, as well as to a greater number of children than any other systems, including the parental instructions. So as per the instruction from the parents, and teaching other gender of the children to how to treat a girl or the female. So there are two behavioral ways that schools can give the proper education about treating a woman or the towards the gender discrimination. So this is to be done because a large part of truly awake time of a children is waking hours, which is spent in the school. So as much of the time is being spent by the children in the school, so it has to be started from the school only, and then they have to be treated taught properly, so as to have the proper awareness about things which to be done and which are not to be done. So besides the educators, they have a special role in combating the child sex abuse, as they possess the knowledge, training, opportunity to observe and respond to their children's behavior and their physical condition over a period of time. So as teachers have the much of the interaction, or the much of the time has been spent by the children at the school. So as the days pass on, so they will be in observation by the teachers or the educators, where they have been observed for their behavioral and physical conditions over a period of time. So this makes what kind of the phase the children are facing, if they have the problem, or if they are okay, then what kind of the training should be given to them, so that they should be a good adult when they are given to the society as adults. So this time of training has to be done at the schools by the educators, because most of the time is being spent at the school, as well as the educators or the teachers have been kept in the mind as role models. So based on their words, the children behavior can change. So additionally, because of the close daily contact, they are in unique position to identify these children who need help and protection. So some students can contact their teachers rather than that they express with the parents. So they have the closeness to the teachers, so they have such relation, hence they can have the kind of, they can extend if they have some problem with the some problem in the society. And the following way the school should prevent the children abuse in the circumstances, such as ensure that teachers, volunteers and anyone else with access to the children is properly screened and they are properly trained. So we have to see that the access to every children is, first of all, is equal or not. The every child, though she or he, girl or the boy, they properly should have the all the accessions for everything, and they are well trained. So the training should be given to the boy as well as the girl, and to implement and enforce a policy for the reporting the child sexual abuse and then handling the disclosures from the children. So the teacher should monitor any kind of abuse is happening at the school level, or they should be properly trained, and the proper observation should be kept on the students. And to establish the protocols and screening for the school computer use. So that kind of protocols are the CC cameras inspection can be done, and the school should have some guidelines that they have to be like this, and then there should be some prohibited areas kind of things. So the protocol that is maintained by the school can have the proper way of guiding, or they have proper regulatories and then strictness in the school, so that will help in avoiding this kind of misuses, and also to provide a training to the students as well as the teachers and acceptable use of computers, so that means what way, what level the computer can be used by the children, as well as the teacher must be trained in that way, so that the usage of computers is not in a other way. It should not lead to some bad things, but the positive knowledge should be gained with the computer. So that way the teacher as well as a student must be trained. And also access your environmental structure, take every possible step to make the society or the school safe for the children. So you have to make the environment like if it is still a school, the school environment, all the teachers and then the students, they have the possible attitude towards the girls or the students, so that there is no misbehavior is happening. And we should check in all the ways, either it is in the media wise or the way students are behaving. So every way it has to be checked properly, and they should be given the positive active training, so that there is no kind of misuse or the misbehavior is happening. So that we have to check. And also make certain campus security is in place, so that all visitors are screened through the office, and unusual incidents or the visitors are handled. So it should be everyone can the campus environment should be very secure place, so there is no place left behind that it is unobservable. So there should be the transparency or the every way the proper security must be there, and we should see that the students cannot misuse the places of the school. So that way we have to check first of all, and you have to provide programs and rules for the parents to make them a part of children's safety and security. at school while going to and from the school. So you have to see, means first of all we have to tell as a teacher, you should tell the parents that you should send your girl and the boy in a safest way to the school, such that in the while traveling there is no the unsafety place or some kind of problematic to your children. So you should first of all trust the either from the school which are they are sending, or you should see that if she or your daughter or son is reaching safely to the home. So that we have to see. So that duty has been taken by the teachers to give some kind of advices to the parents, and choose or develop child safety programs for the school, so that are based on the accepted educational theories, and they must be appropriate for the child's age and level of education as well as development, and they should be designed to offer the concept that will help the children build self confidence in order to better handle as well as protect themselves in from the all types of situations. So you have to train and conduct such kind of children safety programs, so that give awareness to the students, and they should be safe as well as secured, and they will awaken for the any triggering points that will happen in and around the society or the school when they are going out. So that kind of courses or the training should be either mental education as well as the physical education must be provided in all the schools, especially for the girls, so as to face any kind of threat that will happen. So this kind of precautions to be taken by these schools. And also use multiple program component that repeated several years, as well as that use qualified presenters who include a role playing, behavior rehearsal, and feedback to active participation in the presentation. So you have to make some kind of programs based on this, and then make students to get involved into that, so that will the passive way it will activate the students, and they are aware of what the things are happening in and around them. The safety planning as well as design for the women and girls is important, because it creates a public places where women and all users have the equal opportunity to be healthy as well as secure and also be happy. So you have to plan that it should be, means if a place is to be for given, that should be accessible to everyone. So it should be equally given opportunity to the boys as well as the girls, so that they have the equal opportunity and they feel that it is a secure or the safe place. This kind of planning based on the fact that physical design of urban spaces affects women's use and enjoyment of the public realm. So this is when you are creating some kind of public place, it should be very secure way, whether it is a urban place or mostly it is in the urban places. So this kind of thing should be there, such that they feel that it is a secure place, so that everyone can have the equal access. So what kind of safety planning and design is there? So for the girls around the world, exercising their right to education can be full of risk. They are at the risk from the violence on the journey to and from the school and in the classroom itself. So this had kind of a problem that every girl will face. So you have to set such kind of safety planning or the design, such that the classroom is safe for the girl, as well as the school going coming and the school environment is safe for the girl. So that way you have to plan as a teacher, as an educator, and then make them educated and give some kind of physical education as well as the mental training to the girls. Also, you educate the boys in such way that the women or the girl should be treated in a positive manner and they should be given a respect. So this violence may take the form of aggressive sexual behavior and intimidation and physical assaults by the children. These advances by the male students are the, it can be, we are seeing that even the teacher has the, I mean, so there are problems to the girl students from the male teachers also, and corporal punishment as well as verbal abuse. So all these kind of things should be avoided. That kind of safety plan has to be developed by the school. And coming to the second agent, that is home. So what is this means? What kind of violence that can be faced by the girls at the home? To be frank, home is the place where we try to be very safe and very comfort, but it is very pathetic that some people or some girls have problem from the home also, that they face a kind of violence or the threat from the home itself. So as a parent, what you should do? As a parent, you the most important adult, you are being the most important adult, your child life, to whom your child looks up. So you are the inspiration or the mentor for your children. So first of all, you need to walk in the right path so as to give a path to your children. So we understand that your care for your children while concerned about their safety, and unfortunately cannot be always you cannot always ensure this safety, but you can equip them with the information and the skills, and to build a self-protective behavior to them, so that they in the places where you are not with them can bring their own motivation to tackle the problems. The most important factor for your children's protection is make them strong, and they should be self-esteemed. Let them know how important they are to you, and then be available when they need to talk to you. So that as a parent you should do, and always be honest, open with them, open friendly, and they ask difficult questions also, you should able to be friendly with them to answer the questions, and always believe what your child tells you, and no matter how unbelievable or difficult to believe it, but always try to believe what they are saying. Talking about child abuse with your child may seem difficult, but the possible consequences, if not talking with your child, are even worse. So that may be sexually abused and not to know where to turn for the help. So they may not know, like if you are unable to have the conversation with them, and they do not know that where they can express their problem. So always be um, the positive way to receive anything from them, and then have the discussion with them. The following are the some of the preventive safety in our children life. What kind of preventive kind of things that as a parent you can take is, one is encourage your kids to talk about their day. Children cannot be expected to understand when it is okay to say no, to run away from the adult. So they don't know unless you give an opportunity to talk them. And then so if you always going on say no, 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 so they won't feel like expressing at you itself. So this would be too much confusing. Instead, they build trust by regularly talking to them about their day. So you always, as a being parent, you start talking with them and try to build a strength that you means as a mother or the father, you try to understand what is there, and let us not stop them to not to talk about few things. Let us them express what they are want to express and listen carefully and make them feel comfortable raising any topic. That can be any topic. Try to allow them to speak, let their minds grow and express their thoughts. Then, if your kids report any unacceptable behavior by others to you, it is your responsibility to take the actions. If someone reports you that your kid is not behaving properly, he is misbehaving, then you have to immediately take the action so as to stop at that place itself. And also know where your children and who they are with you all the times. So you should know your children's friends and their parents. Make sure that they are reliable before you allow your children to spend the time in their houses. So where you are sending your kid and what kind of friends he or she has. So you also have to see where they are going. So what their parents are, what kind of people they are. You should all have a look over all these and then be aware of the things that are happening with our friends and all. And also teach your children that danger may come from any situation, so or from the anyone that you may trust so much. So tell your kid that bad touch is a bad touch and no one gets do it to our bodies. So you should always oppose such kind of things. So that can be anyone. So you train your kids mind that you should not allow any kind of things from anyone. So you should always be strong to say no. So if anyone does bad touch, you go to grown up for help. Then if you are unable to give answers straight to them, and then help or take help of someone or go to someone where your problem can be solved. But first of all you should listen to them. So they are afraid to tell what their problem also. So always be friendly with the kids. They can be uh, means your kids. So do not to have, or if you have a problem, how could you tackle that. So when you are not sure about sure about whether something is grown up is doing okay, or ask her another grown up to help you. So either you express or take someone help to express that, or say no to some any kind of things that are happening to you. So always make your children mindset that if it is not good thing, always say no. It is not acceptable. Who can be that person other side? And coming to the other factor, community. So community also influences a lot of development of surroundings children's growth. The following are some rules that community to prevent the child abuse. One is knowing. So learning more about the child rights as well as the child abuse can help you to ensure all kind of safety to the children in your family and even in your neighborhood as well as in the community. And also the next factor is talk to your colleagues, friends, relatives, family about the problem. Help break the silence around the child abuse. So if you, unless you express, someone cannot come and help you. So you try to express, and community also in such a way that it should be friendly. So people should be able to make friends and have exchanging of the thoughts and the problems. So then only, if someone has a problem, they can at least share with you, so that in by sharing it can, the problem can be solved by some or the other, so that all of a group can come and talk about that this is a wrong. And also, the next factor is observe. So first of all, you should be very alert or observing the things that are happening in and around you when you are in the community. So whether the person around you is safe, or means he or she is correct, or is it is a safe place to you or not, that you should be very much aware of. So be alert to the behavior in children. Don't just hear children voices to listen to them. Just blindly do not listen to the one person's voice, but try to see what is happening. Always have a one eye on that, what is happening in the community. So that should be there. And help. If you suspect a child being abused, try to help them, try to get the information from them, making it is means their names and all hiding, and knowing what is problem, and try to have your help, hand in helping to make them have the coming out of this problem. And advocate them. Ask your child's school to incorporate some personal safety curriculum, as well as implement a school child protection policy. So you should always insist schools and education institutes to have the safety curriculum, as well as implement a child protection policy. And also involve. So you become a volunteer your time and then resources to organizations working against the sexual abuse or child abuse. So being in the community, you should become a voluntary, or to help someone who is already working, so that your part can also be useful in making a positive society. And another factor that is agent that is which is against this abuse and able to protect is adult and non-formal education for women's development. So what is this? Let us see. Adult education is a practice in which adults engage in systematic, sustained education activities in order to gain new forms of knowledge, skills, attitudes, as well as the values. So they should have all these. Being adult means they should be self-educated. They have some knowledge about few things, and they should be having the skills to perform some things. And we have to see what kind of attitude or the values you should develop being adult in the society. It means any form of learning adults engage in beyond traditional schooling, encompassing basic literacy to the personal fulfill of a lifelong learner. So in a particular, adult education reflects a specific philosophy about the learning and teaching, based on the assumption that adults can want to learn, that they are able to willing to take a responsibility to learn, and that the learning itself should respond their needs. So at adult age also, the people are able to learn, or they are willing to learn. So there must be some education, minimum education, to be given to the adults also, to get educated about few things, and what are the laws they have or the rights they have. So that should be, education must be given to the adults, driven by the what one needs, or what one want to learn, the availability of opportunities The manner in which one learns. Adult learning is affected by the demographic, globalization, and technology as well. And this learning happens in many ways and in many contexts, just as all adults live differ. So the same way, the learning makes a different. Adult learning can be any of these three contents. Can be formal education, structured learning that typically takes place in an education or the training institute, usually within a set curriculum, and it carries some credentials, that kind of degree holder or the certificate you get, that is called the formal education. And what is another one is a non-formal education. That means learning that is organized by the educational institutions, but are non-credentials. So non-formal learning opportunities may be provided in the workplace through the activities of civil society organizations and groups. And the learning that is organized by the educational is non-credential, and this is provided at workplace, the societies or the groups, so which is called the non-formal. As well as one more is informal education, learning that goes on all time, resulting from daily life activities related to the work, family, community, and leisure. So means as you move doing things, so you learn. So that is called the informal education. So these are the references. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.